beheld her tender child, all with bloody scourges red. Make my soul to flow and melt with the love of Christ my Lord.
Standing in front of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This is a church which has a long history behind, which we are going to explain. But if you lived in the time of Jesus, this would have been a hill outside the city walls, which served as a quarry, and that was the place used for crucifixion. People were sentenced to death. Who were sentenced to death, they were crucified by the Romans, and that's what happened with our Lord. And the church, it's a huge church, a big complex, renovated so many times, which we will explain about. But our focus in this place are two parts. One is the place where the rock of Golgotha is, that's where the cross was put, which we're going to see. And the other one is the tomb of our Lord, where he was laid inside. And that's where from where he was.
So we gather in this most holy, most special of places. Doesn't require any words from me to underline just how central the place of the crucifixion is in our faith. Suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, died, and was buried. Our blessed Lord rightly underwent it. As a criminal, really, outside the city, as we heard earlier, it was quarry, as Sam said. And he was laid in the tomb. The witnesses were there to see that. Mary Magdalene and the others, they watched where he was laid. He was dead. But lo and behold, there was a sequel. And Peter and John had to go and tell the world that what happened on what we call Good Friday wasn't the last thing. This man is alive. He is risen. We have seen him, we have touched him, and we are prepared to stake our lives on that.
Lord is shining all around.
And I already mentioned when we were in the bus that these are Jewish tombs located on the slopes of the Mount of Olives, and facing, of course, the old city. And those are monuments on the top, and people are buried underneath. And you can see the stones where people put every person who comes and visits, whether a relative or a friend, he will put a stone on top of the grave. And like I told you, like other faiths, it's only a tradition. It's not another biblical huge structure which has many small windows. Some on the top are not green, on the lower part are green, and on the top you can see the lead dome. This is called Al-Aqsa. Now, if we trace the history of this place, that spot. Now, why I mention this? Because these sites are located on this hill known as the Hill of Zion or Mount Zion. So this slope or this hill is Mount Zion. This mountain was inside the city walls in the time of Jesus, but now it's outside the city walls. So in other words, now the walls of the city are less from the south, but they are more from the north.
We're in a spectacular setting here, overlooking the old city of Jerusalem, and where tradition has it that the Lord himself wept as he saw the city and foresaw what eventually was quite a highly charged day, I thought, when we went to the sepulchre, having first walked down the Via Dolorosa, walked down and walked up, in fact, to Calvary.
all the set pictures inside the church.
Was built in the year 18. Series of ridges joined together, more or less 6 ridges joined together, starting from the northern part, which we mentioned, past the When Jesus ascended to heaven, he left 2 footprints. Now, if you ask me, is it true or not? It's a tradition. We don't know. He could have left the footprints. We don't know, and we can't confirm that. The gospel does not say Jesus left footprints when he went up. We care for the event itself. I want you to understand something, maybe do before, about the mentality of the people who came first as pilgrims. They wanted to touch something physical. That's why when they wanted to build churches, they said, well, where's the place, let's say, for instance, where the ascension took place? People want to see something physical, So they think, well, we think it's over here. Some say it's over here. And that's why if there is no footprint, let's provide one. This way people would touch the footprint. Now, I can't say it's not the actual one. But, if even there was a site which they were sure 60% that if that's where the event happened, they would build the church as well. For instance, if you go from here, and the one on the left is here, you see, according to that tradition, this is the footprint. His shoe was very small, and his sandal. So that's the tradition.
This has been the first of a lot of tattoo, I can tell you. We'll be, hang on.
Trinket shopping is what you call it.
It's quite moving, actually, I think.
I was going to ask you.
Oh, yes!
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Nostris, venos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Right? And now this is the third site that we are going to visit on Mount Zion. Now what did I mean by that the walls went around and this was included? Instead of going this direction, the walls extended all the way down, went around. See? So all of this part was inside the city walls. And like I told you, those architects wanted to save the treasury some money, so they took it this way and they excluded the Tomb of David, and that's why they were both executed. Now, when we read in the Old Testament about the city that David captured from the Jebusites in the Old Testament, it's only this strip of territory. There was no city, all the city that you have visited and you see, there was no city. Only this strip, that's the city of David. And that's where we captured. Visit the western wall. The gate which leads you to the western wall is called Dung Gate. Dung Gate. The other important thing which comes from Bible times is the phylactery, the black box on the forehead. The verse was interpreted literally, and people, applied it when praying. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verses 5 to 9, what was the first commandment to the people of Israel? Hear, O Israel, the Lord is your God, the Lord is one.
This commandment which I give you today should be frontless between your eyes and bind to your wrist and on your doorposts. So what happens is, in this black box they put an inscription, a small one, which has the commandment inside, and it's inside the box.
Ayo, kita sayang,